Love is a word that's thrown around a lot these days. But what does it really mean? For many of us, love is a feeling, an emotion, something that we experience when we're with the people we care about. But is that really what love is all about? As we explore the teachings of Jesus, I want to challenge us to re-examine our understanding of love and what it looks like in our daily lives. We live in a society where love is often reduced to romantic feelings, Instagram-worthy moments, or fleeting emotions. We're bombarded with messages that tell us love is about getting, about receiving, about being loved back. We're led to believe that love is a transaction, a deal where we give and receive in return. But is that really what love is about? Is that really what Jesus taught us about love? I think not. We've also been conditioned to think that love is only about grand, heroic acts, the kind of stuff that makes headlines or gets shared on social media. We think love has to be big, bold, and dramatic. But what about the everyday moments, the small acts of kindness, the quiet sacrifices we make for others? Are those not demonstrations of love too? I believe they are. And I think Jesus would agree. We're also guilty of confusing love with enabling, with people-pleasing, with avoiding conflict at all costs. We think love means never saying no, never setting boundaries, never disappointing others. But is that really love? Or is it just fear of rejection? Fear of not being liked? I think Jesus' teachings on love would say otherwise. Let's take a closer look at Jesus' life, shall we? At every turn, Jesus demonstrated love in ways that were radical, countercultural, and often uncomfortable. He showed compassion to the marginalized, the oppressed, and the outcast. He forgave those who wronged him, even when it hurt. He gave of himself, his time, his energy, his life, all without expecting anything in return. That's love, folks. That's real love. Remember the story of the Good Samaritan? A man beaten, robbed, and left for dead on the side of the road. The priest, the Levite, they both passed by, too busy, too important, too scared to get involved. But the Samaritan, the outcast, the one who is supposed to be the enemy, he stopped. He helped, he cared. He showed love when it was hard, when it was costly, when it was unpopular. That's the kind of love Jesus is talking about. Or what about the cross? Jesus' ultimate demonstration of love was his willingness to die for us, to take on our sin, our shame, our guilt. He didn't just talk about love. He lived it, he breathed it, he died for it. And in doing so, he showed us what real love looks like: selfless, sacrificial, unconditional. So what does real love look like? It looks like Jesus. It looks like compassion, forgiveness, selflessness, sacrifice. It looks like getting messy, getting involved, getting uncomfortable. It looks like putting others before ourselves, even when it's hard. That's the kind of love Jesus showed us. And that's the kind of love we're called to embody in our own lives. As we reflect on Jesus' teachings on love, I want to leave you with a challenge. How can you embody that kind of love in your own life today? How can you show up for others in ways that are radical, countercultural, and uncomfortable? Take some time to think about it, to pray about it, to ask God to guide you. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have any thoughts on what real love means, leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my other videos for more inspiring content. And I'll see you in the next one.